Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. And thank you so much for joining us because I know this time of the year, it is crazy town where I am trying to get ready for the holidays. And yeah, it's just been super busy. Um, if everybody can mute themselves, make sure you guys are muted. That would be great. And then we're just going to make this a really quick informational presentation, honestly, about Juice Plus and share some stories and answer some questions. So I'm super excited you guys are on. Please let us know at the end, definitely if you do have any questions. My name is Karen Orlowski. I live north of Atlanta, Georgia. And we were talking about how chilly it's getting. And I absolutely love it because I lived in Florida for too many years where it was hot. So anyway, let's talk about inspiring healthy living. I am part of a community that inspires healthy living, and I have been a part of this community for 18 years, which is amazing to me. Let me see. Okay, so as a society, as Americans, we are unhealthy. If you look at some of those statistics, I am sure that everybody knows somebody who has or has died from heart disease, cancer, right? Diabetes. I just had a friend today, I was talking about his wife got diagnosed with diabetes. And guys, she isn't going to even try and do anything about lifestyle. She is just going to go on the insulin because she wants to keep eating the way that she does, which is always tough for me to hear a little bit because I know that all of us like to share our heart and share our education and try and help people make better decisions so we can hopefully try and avoid that. But sometimes it's not, it just isn't to be. Anyway, when I saw this presentation probably 19 years ago, the one sentence, because I had just had a baby, the one sentence that I saw was, our children are more harmed by poor diet than by exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. And that's what got my attention. So usually in a presentation, there's something that really kind of resonates with everyone and is going to hit your heart. So environmental toxins are increasing. There's a lot of things that we can do to prevent some of these toxins or avoid some of the toxins. I use all natural deodorant. I have all natural toothpaste. I don't do, like, there's a lot of stuff inside the house, but guess what? When I go outside of the house, I don't have control of that. So just do the best that you can do with your skincare and your hair care and, soaps and different things like that. So when you go outside, you aren't as full of as many toxins from not using them indoors. Let's focus on fruits and vegetables. Okay. Experts agree that most diseases are preventable with good nutrition. Dr. Sears actually says that 75% of disease is prevented through good nutrition. What do you think if you heard that from Dr. Sears? 75% of disease can be prevented through good nutrition. That, gosh, you have more control about how your health is than what we're led to believe by doctors most of the time. But let's talk about how the food quality is decreasing because, fruits and vegetables are foundational. We're not eating enough, which we're going to hear about. And then the quality of our produce isn't what it used to be. But the numbers, actually 57% of what Americans eat every day is processed. Okay. And that's not good. 80% of the foods in the grocery stores that are around today weren't even around 100 years ago. This means they're the boxed items. So when you're going into the grocery store, we want to eat on the perimeter. You see the picture on the bottom of all the boxes. If it's in a box and it's got a big label on it, that means it's processed. We want to try and avoid and eat minimally from that. You can go for whole grain, pasta, reach in there and grab some beans. You can do the bagged beans. You can do canned beans. There's a few things that you can get up and down the aisles, but what we really want to do is try and eat the perimeter of the grocery store. Let's talk about oxidative stress. This is something I had never heard of before. And while you and I are sitting here watching this Zoom, okay, and doing this, our body, oxidative stress is happening. Okay. And what that is, you see a picture of an apple. You guys, I'm sure, have eaten a banana, an apple, and maybe it sits out for a little bit, an avocado, and it starts to go brown. And that's oxidative stress. So what happens is oxidative stress causes free radicals, and the free radicals are the bad guys that damage our cells. So the only thing that can combat oxidative stress are antioxidants. I know a lot of people, I know myself, I had always heard the word antioxidant, but I didn't really even know what that it was. Oh, berries are full of antioxidants. This is full of antioxidants, but I have no idea what that meant. Guess what? Fruits and vegetables are full of antioxidants, and it protects us from the oxidative stress. And that protects us from aging. And not that we're not going to age, but we can age slower. And it also is going to protect us from disease if our cells get damaged or our DNA gets damaged. So how many do we need every day? I ask this of a lot of people, and most people answer 3 to 5. And I think they're trying to be hopeful because that's what most people are eating. Most people are eating about 3. That's what the average American is eating, is 3 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. But what if I told you that kids need 7, women need 9, and men need 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day? And if you already have some health concerns or you're an athlete, you need to eat even more. I've heard 18 to 20 servings every single day. So why so many? Produce is picked way before it is developed. Okay, so we've just gone through apple season here in Georgia. And let's say that I want an apple next March. Guess what? Those apples that I'm eating have probably been cold stored for the last 6 months. Okay, so the produce is picked way before it's vine ripened because a lot of times it has to travel thousands of miles. So if your produce is coming from Mexico, or it's coming from California, or it's coming from somewhere far away, know that it was picked before it was vine ripened, so it's not rotten by the time it gets to you. 90% of Americans are not eating enough fruits and vegetables. Actually, the USDA says that 93% of Americans are not eating enough fruits and vegetables every day. And even when we do, we tend to eat the same ones every single day. I know our family does. We've always got apples. We've always got bananas. We've got green beans. We've got carrots, right? I can list the same ones. And we're not getting enough of a variety from the rainbow every single day. So Time magazine, a long time ago, 2003, the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you. It's that they are so good for you that they could save your life. I don't know if anybody else on here, I grew up and my mom was like, eat your mainly vegetables, right? Not so much fruits, but like, eat your fruits and vegetables, eat your fruits and vegetables. And I never really knew why. And I think we're just so used to hearing that, but it is so important. So let's talk about how, people know they're not eating right. They know they're not eating enough fruits and vegetables, but guess what they're trying to bridge the gap with? They're trying to bridge the gap with multivitamins, but we're falling short. So they came up with multivitamins over 70 years ago. I think it could be 80 years ago, to prevent rickets and scurvy. And not to replace our diet with fruits and vegetables that we're not getting every single day. So 70% of Americans are trying to fill that gap with a multivitamin, but we do not have a multivitamin deficiency. We have a whole food deficiency. Our body doesn't just need vitamin C. It needs the orange. It doesn't just need the beta carotene or the vitamin A that's in a vitamin, multivitamin. It needs the carrots, right? It needs the food. An apple has approximately 10,000 phytonutrients. Broccoli has about 13. I've heard that blueberries have like 20,000 phytochemicals, which is, the phytonutrients. And so you can't get that from a multivitamin. Even your best multivitamin maybe has 40 ingredients. So you are missing thousands of naturally occurring phytonutrients in the food. And the way I kind of like to describe it is, imagine a symphony. Imagine you go to, the opera, and you have the symphony down there. Imagine if it was just the wind section, or just the horn section. It doesn't work when you take anything just isolated. You have to have it all working together in synergy for it to work in your body. So let's talk about bridging the gap. How I learned about bridging the gap, because I was taking multivitamins. So 19 and a half years ago, over 19 and a half years ago, actually. And I'll go to this slide really quickly so you guys can take a look at all of the amazing nutrition that you could get from Juice Plus. But over 19 and a half years ago, I had somebody share Juice Plus with me. I happened to be pregnant at the time, and they cared about me and my baby. I grew up with allergies, asthma, migraines, digestive issues. I've had pneumonia. I've had bronchitis. I used to get ear infections at least once a year. I was on antibiotics quite often. And this is since childhood. And I was adopted. My biological mother had a lot of health issues. As she got older, she had even more heart issues, cardiovascular issues, breathing issues with her lungs. So I'm trying to avoid all that. Well, my adoptive mother was a nurse. And so what did she know? She knew about treatment. She wasn't talking about prevention. She knew all about treatment. So guess what? I got all kinds of prescription medicines. I got allergy shots twice a week. So, but I didn't feel any better. I felt terrible. And the doctors told me, this is your normal. There's nothing you can do. This is genetic. And so when you're told that, you kind of get a little discouraged and you figure, well, what does it really matter what I eat anyway? So, you know, as I grew older and I became an adult and I'm in my 20s and I'm working a sales job and, you know, time is money, I would no lie stop at 7-Eleven and grab a Slurpee and maybe Doritos, or I'd stop and get a bagel. And that was my meal, because guess what? I was told it didn't matter what I did. I was going to always be like this. So I might as well eat fun foods. Little did I know, when somebody introduced me to Juice Plus, I started taking it at a couple of months after I learned I was pregnant, about a month after I learned I was pregnant. And by the end of the pregnancy, what I realized is I had felt healthier than I ever had been. And I was 30, almost 36 years old. And I didn't need any of those medications anymore, guys. So it has been about 19 and a half years, over 19 and a half years, that I have been off of my allergy, my asthma, migraine. I used to get migraines all the time, digestive issues, all that stuff. So it is such a blessing. But what was even more important to me is that both of my kids, because what I was really nervous about is, because I was told it was genetic for me, is I thought for sure I was going to be passing this on to my kids. And neither one of my kids has allergies or asthma, and they don't get the migraines. They don't have the digestive issues. So, you know, we do have control of our health. So what is Juice Plus? It's nutrition from 30 different fruits, vegetables, berries. We also have the omega we're going to go over really quickly. It's whole foods that are harvested at the peak of ripeness, so the nutrition is kept intact. So it's just like your body is receiving it, just like you ate an apple, just like you ate an orange. The produce is pulverized. It's not juiced. It's dried into low powders at a low temperature to preserve the nutrition, so it's not damaged. It has all the phytonutrients, the enzymes, live enzymes are all intact. And that's why the research works, which Melissa's going to be going over. The plant powders are put into a capsules or gummies, the delicious chewable. So they're for adults and kids, ages really from when you're pregnant up to, you know, seniors. And a full spectrum omega that uses omega rich algae, berries, and seeds instead of fish. I'm excited to tell you about that one. So the omega, how many of you guys are actually eating an omega every single day? Okay. And it's a fish oil. More than likely it's a fish oil. And so I am here to tell you, let's save the fish. So Juice Plus has actually been able to eliminate the fish. We eliminated the middle fish. Fish do not have naturally occurring omega-3s. It's because of the plants they eat in the ocean. It's because they're eating the algae, they're eating the plankton, the foods in the ocean. So the Juice Plus company, we actually harvest our own algae. We have our own farm in Hawaii. And we also have, it's an omega blend, an omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, which is supporting heart, brain, joints, skin, and eyes. And you're going to see the ingredients that are in there. See buckthorn berry, which comes from the Himalayas. I didn't even know that was a thing. See buckthorn berry, pomegranate, raspberry seed oil, safflower seed oil, and tomato seed oil. So it's all from plants, and it's all natural, 100% plant-based, pure, sustainable, full spectrum omegas, cold pressed, and we actually have research on our omega as well. The shakes, oh my gosh, our team is doing a 12-day smoothie challenge right now, and I did the candy cane smoothie today, and it was delicious, just delicious. So I love these shakes. I've been drinking these for probably about 18 and a half years. They are vegan, they're non-GMO ingredients, they are gluten and dairy free, they've got 13 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, they're low glycemic, which means that the fiber and the sugar are almost 1-to-1. So it's actually got a better glycemic index than broccoli. What that means is it stabilizes your blood sugar. So instead of your blood sugar spiking up and falling down, it goes up and then goes across. So not only are you satiated, but your blood sugar stays stable. And then the Juice Plus Complete and the Perform which we can talk about real briefly, has organic, non-genetically modified soy. The safety of soy depends on the source. The whole soybean, minimally processed, as found in the Juice Plus Complete, provides the best and most balanced defense against disease. There's a lot of misinformation about soy out there, unfortunately, because soy is it is the second most genetically modified food on the planet. It has kind of gotten a bad rap because a lot of people don't know how to look at labels. They don't know how to decipher if it's a good soy source or if it's a bad soy source. So our community has some information all about soy if if you want to learn more about that, if you've been concerned about soy. But I will tell you that the Juice Plus Complete now comes in a soy-free version if you are allergic. But there are so many benefits to getting those isoflavones from soy. It is a complete amino acid, and it actually can help reduce breast cancer risks. Like my daughter, I'm super excited. She drinks a shake every single day. American Cancer Society actually promotes, if you go onto their website, they actually promote the right kind of soy. So there's a lot of great information about that. The Perform is a different kind of shake. The Complete really can be used more as a meal replacement, and you can use it for pre or post workout. The Perform really is for post workout, and it's tailored for performance. So it is to help with muscle recovery, muscle growth, bone health, brain health, and energy. And it's got B vitamins, beetroot, tart cherry for recovery. It's plant-based. It has 25 grams of plant-based protein, which is the non-GMO soy. Again, it is vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, only 6 grams of sugar. It does not have the fiber that the Complete does, but it is an awesome. We were talking before we started this Zoom that Jana and I, we try to do one of the Juice Plus Perform shakes a day, and then we're getting the 25 grams of plant-based protein, and then we also try to do the Complete protein. So why is Juice Plus unique? It's plant powders. It's not a multivitamin. It has a food label. If you take a vitamin, go ahead and take a look at the back label of that vitamin, and you're going to see it probably says supplement label. Ours has a nutrition label. It's made with non-GMO ingredients, vegan, kosher, dairy-free, and gluten-free. Let's talk about NSF certified for a minute. I don't know if you guys are familiar with NSF, but they actually can go out and test and make sure that any kind of products are safe. I had somebody tell me one time, and I never looked on mine, but that their dishwasher had an NSF label, like a seal of approval that it was safe. So it's not just for food, like for supplements. So Juice Plus has an NSF certification. They come in and test our batches randomly, so we don't know when that's going to happen. They test to make sure that what's on the label is actually in the product, because the FDA does not regulate supplements. So vitamins that you could be getting on the grocery store or even at Whole Foods, you don't know if what's on the label is actually in there. We also have NSF sports certification. So people that are professional athletes and Olympians, they test every single one of those batches to make sure that there are no banned substances. And then NSF also just tests to make sure that it is safe for human consumption. So no bacteria, no herbicides, no pesticides, molds, things like that. It is also the most researched whole food nutritional product in the world with 48 clinical research studies. So Juice Plus is not about treating or curing specific conditions or diseases. It's simply about getting more nutrition that we're missing every single day into your body to help it naturally heal. So I am going to now turn it over to Melissa, who is a doctor of pharmacy and way more knowledgeable about all the research than I am.
All right. So I'm just going to ask before I start, am I facing the right direction? Thank you, Melody.
Yes.
Am I the right way? Okay.
Yes.
And I think my cousin's in the waiting room. I don't know if you can let her in.
Oh, I don't have the waiting room set on.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Sorry to digress a little. So
No,
hi guys.
Okay.
Like Karen said, my name is Melissa and I'm a pharmacist. I currently work at a local hospital, huge hospital, but I'm in the Department of Population Health. So we work with patients who are usually low income and high risk for readmission to the hospital. So like Karen said in the beginning, we are unhealthy. And, I sit at work and I've sat there for 20 years seeing people come in with heart disease, diabetes, cancer, And, seeing the kids sick is really, really bad. And I just really wanted a way where I could do more than just treat all these diseases. And when Juice Plus came into my life, I was like, cha-ching, prevention. So the thing that got me as a pharmacist was the research. So, and the research has attracted thousands of doctors. And the reason is because Juice Plus has been shown to contribute to many of these things on this slide, many more things than what are on the slide. So cardiovascular wellness, healthy inflammatory response, quality of life, healthy cholesterol, LDL, and triglycerides. So, cholesterols are what is clogging your arteries. When your arteries are clogged, so your arteries like this, when it's clogged, it looks like this. And that makes it harder for the blood to flow. And I've seen that firsthand with my niece, who, like Karen said, my niece was 15, 16 when she just got her first blood test and she had high cholesterol. And one of the big things she cut out was processed foods. And big thing she added in was the omegas, with improvement in her entire cholesterol panel within, I'm going to say 6 months to a year. You can check your cholesterol pretty quickly. I just can't remember when hers was checked. I think a year. Juice Plus also supports healthy lung function, which is especially important and has seen in people who smoke. Healthy skin and gums, which is important to me. I just spent my afternoon at the dentist and they stab you with the needle and they're like 1, 2, 2, 2. Oh, that one's a 4. So I got a bad 4, but it's always been there. But it's not getting any worse. Supports the immune system. Great time of year to know that. Juice Plus has been shown to produce less sick days to work and less days actually suffering from a sickness. So it's not like, we're not saying we're going to cure and you're never going to get any sicknesses, but we're often sick a lot less and a lower severity. Juice Plus also helps maintain healthy DNA, reduces oxidative stress. We saw that with the apple. So think of if your face was that brown apple. What would your face look like? Your face may have brown spots, literally, or you may have a lot more wrinkles. That's what oxidative stress in the environment and toxins do to us. And getting antioxidants are able to help reduce a lot of that stress. And Juice Plus is absorbed by the body. So when you go to Target or Walmart and you're like, hey, I'm going to buy this hair, skin, and nails, it says it does X, Y, and Z. There's no studies to say it does that. And there's no studies to say, there's no proof just because the bottle says your hair's going to grow. There's nothing to say that product is actually absorbed by your body. So that's what we call bioavailability. And we know through the studies, Karen said 48, we know through the studies that Juice Plus goes into your mouth, dissolves into your belly, and actually gets in your bloodstream. And your blood is carrying all the goodness to the rest of your body. So Dr. Richard DuBois, who I believe was an infectious disease physician, said there's nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do, which is like, if I wasn't holding my phone, here's my half a heart. I love that. So what does this mean, gold standard research? So gold standard research means that we are doing this research firsthand. We are taking the actual product, studying it on actual people. And the gold standard of research means that it is randomized. The study, we don't know which group's getting which product. It's double blind, which means let's pretend Karen is the study participant and I'm the doctor. Neither of us know what product is being given out. Placebo controlled, so not being tested against other products. Like I said, tested on the product itself, on people, and it's published in peer-reviewed journals. So what that means is a study goes into effect. They do the study. It takes several years to do the study. It goes through usually several phases. And then it has to go try to get into a journal that other researchers and other doctors look at. And they have to look at it and say, oh, yeah, this made sense. This is correct. This study actually showed like we said, improvements in cardiac health, gum health, immune health, in order for it to get published in those journals. So that's like amazing. And the studies are ethical. We see a lot of things around the world and a lot of things on the internet, but Juice Plus is ethical. And what I also think is cool on this slide, I'm sure everybody recognizes at least one of these universities on this slide. So these are big, well-known universities that believed enough in the product to put their name behind Juice Plus. And I just think that's really, really cool. And you'll see other countries there as well. Excuse me. So one of the really other cool parts about the research is that we have what's called a Healthy Starts program. So with the Family Health Study. So we talked about this a little bit. So as an adult, you can buy any variation of the fruit and vegetable products, and you can get them free for a child in your life starting at age 4, now up until age 25. So that's 21 years of free product. Once your child turns 13, that's an adult serving of product. That's crazy. Oh, it's 4 to 26. Thank you. So what you do is at the beginning of the study, the company will send you an email and say, hey, can you fill out this information for your kiddo? And it's non-invasive. I know when I started just as a customer, I was like, oh, I'm going to put in a fake name. I was nervous, but they really just want to know what your statistics are, because that's some of the things they found from following these kids. 61% after a year were eating more fruits and vegetables, and 71% were consuming less fast food and soft drinks. And I also think that goes with, they were drinking more water. 66% were visiting the doctor less, and 56% were taking fewer over-the-counter or prescription drugs. That's the part that's really important to me. As a pharmacist, we so quickly see medications prescribed, and some people don't, just see pharmacists as walking into a Rite Aid, a CVS, a Walgreens. I don't want you to have 30 prescriptions. It makes my job really, really hard when you do. And we want you to be on the least amount of medications you can, because what happens is you take one medication, it causes a side effect. Maybe it's helping your condition, but now you go on another medication. So if we can reach out and help you be healthier from the inside out with just simple nutrition, a simple, easy button, that's what we're here for. And that's why we're so passionate. Am I doing this one too? Yes.
You can just briefly go over it.
Okay, sorry. And the research did not miss the Tower Garden, which is amazing. It's the future of growing. So they compared a dirt garden to the Tower Garden at the University of Mississippi. And what they found was the Tower Garden produced 30% more yield and grew 3 times faster than a traditional dirt garden. And I think this would have been a really fun study to be doing in college. So the Tower Garden is awesome. A lot of us have them in our houses, inside, outside. Really easy way for your family to just make a salad and, just grab stuff right off the Tower Garden. So thank you so much for letting me share. I hope you guys are learning a lot tonight.
And the Tower Garden is a great way for you to be able to get it vine ripened, which was, something that I mentioned before. I don't know if you guys can hear mine, but now I've got one indoors with the lights, and then I have one outdoors right now, even though it's cold outside. It does great. So we have a lot of resources. This is not just about Juice Plus. While we do think that Juice Plus is the easy button for everybody, because it's something easy that everybody can do every single day. We have cookbooks. We are going to be doing kind of like a challenge, like a reset challenge in January. The company is going to be doing that. We have free fitness videos. We have a lot of different things. A lot of our community, we do free events at our homes. We just started sourdough. We do salad in a jar. We do soup swaps. We do smoothie. We do a lot of things to try and help our family and our friends stay healthy. So you can always reach out to whoever invited you on to ask them for some of those resources. Why is it not clicking? Oh, that might be the end. Okay. So let me stop sharing and come back. Okay. I just wanted to thank you guys. I thought I had the slide in there that says that, most of the time, I know I did when I first watched a presentation like this, that I thought of people. I thought of people, oh my gosh, well, my mom had cancer. Oh my gosh, this person has heart disease. So if you thought of people tonight, number one, what we want you to do is walk away and think, I've got to eat more fruits and vegetables. Number two, hopefully you want to get started with Juice Plus if you're not already taking Juice Plus. Number three, it would be awesome if you went, gosh, I think I would like to help people too. And let's investigate and talk to you about whether it might be right for you, because it has been so much fun and so rewarding to be able to help my family and friends, and then sometimes even complete strangers, get healthier. And this is where I want to turn it over, because I have a high school friend who I spoke to several times and was so excited when she finally got her and her husband started on Juice Plus. So this is the kind of impact that you can make on somebody else's life. And it's also what keeps me going. When you help other people's health, it just, you want to keep doing it. Okay, Renee.
Hello, for those of you that might not know me, I may be a new face to you. So my name is Renee. I live in Virginia Beach. My husband and I have been married for about 31 years. And yes, Karen and I went to high school together, and that's how we know each other. So a lot of fond memories and things that we can't necessarily share. But anyway, Karen reached out to me and shared Juice Plus with me. And I eventually gave up those vitamins that she had mentioned and decided to give Juice Plus a try. And what I will say is my husband and I have been taking it for 2.5 years, and we will never go back to a multivitamin. We are loving Juice Plus, and we've had a lot of great effects of the Juice Plus. One of the things that Karen and Melissa mentioned tonight was processed foods. And I think we all think we eat good, but it isn't until you start feeling better with Juice Plus in your system, eating whole food nutrition, that you really do understand that what you were eating wasn't beneficial. Our bodies are meant to receive the things that it recognizes, and whole food isn't what it recognizes, not processed food. But just to make a long story short, my husband was diagnosed right before COVID with 3 autoimmune diseases, none of which ran in his family. Nobody had a history of those. He's had high blood pressure, on medication for probably about 22 to 25 years of our marriage. And so we just decided 2.5 years ago, we're done. We're going to start making some changes, because we wanted to live the rest of our lives with the impact of being able to be happy and to travel and do all the things that we had planned to do. It was very challenging to think that we'd been working so hard all of our lives to put money aside to do all these things, and then to finally get there and realize we just don't feel good. And somebody shared the quote with me that I could either start to pay the farmer and spend my money buying plant food and whole food nutrition, or I could spend the money later on sitting in doctors' offices paying doctors. What did I want to do? And that really resonated with me. So we made some changes collectively between the two of us. We have lost almost 100 pounds. And, I would say that Juice Plus is not promoted as a weight loss, but when you're putting whole food nutrition into your body, you're getting fiber, you're getting protein, you're feeling satiated longer, you're not wanting to snack as often, and then your gut health improves, right? We know that our gut microbiome changes within 1 day of eating plant food. And so following that, we're craving more fruits and vegetables. We're taking our Juice Plus regularly. Because we feel good, we're moving more, not necessarily going out to a gym and working out, but we have more movement. So all of these attributes lead into a better quality of health, meaning that we've lost weight. My husband, after less than probably 6 weeks of taking the Juice Plus, still on medication at the time, his blood pressure was in the 140/80s. It was in the doctor's office at 119/72. He has followed the doctor's guidance, and as of last month, has now off of that blood pressure medication, which we're thrilled about. He also feels better. He has more energy, and I would say the same for me. We were so married to Juice Plus that we shared it with our adult children, who are 36. and with their children. We have 5 grandchildren. I have a set of twins that are 16, and then the youngest ones are 4, 3, and one will be 17 months at the end of this month. All of those children take Juice Plus. We follow Dr. Bill Sears, who suggested as a pediatrician that the capsules be opened and that those little sprinkles on the capsule be introduced to the babies via their tongue so that their bodies could start receiving that goodness and that their brain would understand that this is something good. And so we've been doing that. The kids fight over the gummies, and that's a great thing. If they're going to fight over something, I want it to be over gummies. But overall, we've had a great experience with Juice Plus. We're actually saving money, investing in Juice Plus because we're investing in our health. So because we feel better, we can participate in activities, we can do things. I'm here at 8:30 at night and I still feel like I have enough energy to go do something, right? So I just wanted to share that personal testimony of what we've experienced. So Karen, thanks for inviting me on tonight.
All right. It never gets old hearing your story. So, all right. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to turn off the recording and then I'm going to answer some questions.